Howdy and welcome back. Today we are going to be reviewing a knife sharpener from PriorityChef. Knife sharpener. So we have an instruction booklet. We've got a safety glove that you can wear with this, and the knife sharpener itself. Go ahead and read some of the specs about this knife sharpener here. I'm going to get the box here. We've got the first slot is the coarse grind with 100 grit diamond rods that restores the knife. So if you've got a really old knife like we're going to be using today, you start in slot 1. Slot 2 is a medium 600 grit diamond rod that smooths and sharpens the edge that you developed in the first slot. Slot 3 is a fine 1000 grit ceramic rod that polishes the knife, gets that edge you've made on it, it gets it straightened out and puts a nice straight edge on it. So it's just like your steel does when you do with steel. It's for everyday kind of honing and getting it ready to go if you're going to use your knife. And then the fourth one here is for scissors. Now I don't have my shears. I couldn't find my shears out in the garage, and they're not in my knife kits. So take care of yourselves. Thanks a lot for watching. We will see you next time.
Most kitchens have a variety of knives and you need them all to be sharp. So just briefly today I'm going to talk to you about the ProntoPro, which we think is the best manual knife sharpener. Now, a knife sharpener needs to be three things. It needs to be safe, it needs to be easy to use, and it needs to produce a sharp knife at the end of it. Safety features on this is really two. One, it's got a very comfortable ergonomic handle away from the cutting, and it's got rubber pads, so you're not going to find it suddenly sliding across the table. Easy to use. It really couldn't be easier to use. You've got 3 stages, but you only use 2 for each knife. So on the Asian knives, you use the first and the third, and on a European 20-degree knife, you use the second and the third. One of the things about this is you can actually use it as a left-hander holding with your right hand and pulling with your left, or a right-hander doing it that way. I'm right-handed, so that's the way I'll do it. And the way that I'll do my knives, here's a Japanese 15-degree knife, is I'll pull it through 20 times if it's really blunt on the first stage, or 10 times if it's not. How much? It's small, it's safe, it's effective, and it produces a sharp knife, which is what it's all about. And we cannot emphasize enough that a sharp knife is a safe knife.
Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about another EDC knife sharpener. This one is from Work Sharp, and that is what it looks like. Let me turn around this way. So you've got their logo here, and on the front side it says Work Sharp. This is the Pivot. That is the name of this design, is the Pivot. And I've been using this for a little while now, and I really like the design, which is similar to other ones we've tried, but I really like a couple of the features about this, what they incorporate into this tiny package. So let's talk about that. So up top on this yellow part here, we have convex carbide blades. So what you also have is you have a locking mechanism. Now, when this is pulled this way, it has a little bit of play in here. It's hard to see on camera, but it has a little bit of play there. Now, when you lock this, it locks that in place so it doesn't give that play. Now, that play comes in. I saw some of the reviews or some of the comments on Amazon, and people were like, it don't really work. It's not really good. I like this because with it unlocked, check it out. And until next time, stay bearded, get outdoors, and God bless.
Alright guys, this is basically going to be a review video on a knife sharpener that I picked up last week. This is quick, easy, and it works. I believe the brand on this, I wish I still had the box. I threw it away. The brand was Gorilla brand knife sharpener. And this has 3 different stages on it. This first one here, it says repair. The middle one, it says sharpen. And then this one here, it says polish on it. These are the ceramic ones here. So basically this one here, if you got a knife that has a really boogered up bad edge on it, you can use that repair on that before you actually sharpen it, and it basically puts a new edge on the knife before you actually go through and sharpen it up real good. It gets your angle down to where you need it to be. So this knife here, it says to run it through 3 to 5 times on your blade. One thing that I did notice is if you run it through just with it flat like this, it doesn't work as good as if you lift the blade up a little bit. You get a little bit of an angle on it when you run it through. So anyways, that's going to be it, guys. I wanted to show you guys this sharpener. Like I said, Gorilla brand. It's not a waste of money.
Welcome back to the workshop. This episode we're going over the guided field sharpener, and so we're in its proper home out here in the great outdoors. We're going to be talking about some of the features that make the field sharpener really special. We'll go over all the components, the angle guides, the abrasives. Then we'll show how to sharpen a few different types of knives and tools on the field sharpener. And finally, I'll give you a quick overview on the different components and how to maintain them, clean them. The guided field sharpener starts off with 5 different abrasives. A coarse 220 grit diamond gives you a great coarse grit for repairs or setting the edge on a really dull knife. Flipping it over, there's a 600 grit medium diamond, which is great for sharpening and touch-ups if your knife has seen a little bit of use. Next up is the ceramic rod. There's a coarse and a fine ceramic rod. The coarse is a corduroy-like surface. It's an interrupted abrasive with ridges, which allows for more surface contact with the blade. You can index the ceramic rod with this red knob, and as I rotate around, I can rotate from coarse all the way to fine, which is a smooth surface for fine honing and polishing the edge. In the middle, there's a groove specifically for fish hooks. Slide the fish hook into that groove and run it back and forth a few times to restore a really crisp and sharp tip. There's another ceramic rod here up top. It's much smaller and it's really meant for sharpening the inside of serrated knives, specifically those smaller serrations. The large serrations you can touch up on the larger ceramic rod here. The leather strap comes with a green compound already rubbed onto the leather. As you break it in, you'll start to develop this black and glossy look. That's how you know it's really performing well and polishing your edge. Another obvious feature of the guided field sharpener, keep that in mind, maybe this is the one. Thanks for watching this episode of The Workshop.